Alright, get ready to take care of this little bitty chain right here. And then we're going to take care of this other chain right here. I already try to get them off with the combinations, but we'll try this one more time. I don't know, I tried 0, 0, 0, but we'll see. But I'm going to try that again just to open it up. But yeah, I got some bolt cutters here from 1982. Yeah. These are big bad boys right here. So that's how we're going to get this stuff off. So let me go ahead and cut them, and then we'll get to it. All right, get these off. All right, we made pretty short work of that. Just snip. You can tell it was the actual chain. But we just cut the piece out. How many people can do that? And that was like literally seconds. All right, we got them free. We're free. All right, just a little clip in the inside of this video, getting that done. All right, I'm starting like not really a new project, but something that I said I wasn't gonna really make too many videos on, and I'm kind of out of content for Day of the Dead, so I'm filling this in for filler. It's raining outside, so I can't really go out there and sand or anything, and I don't want to do it here because it's just that stuff gets everywhere. So I'm cleaning up these tanks a little bit. They had a lot of pitting on them. They were from that previous. If you go look at a short, I'll link it to this video if I can. Of what it looked like before. So I'm cleaning that up, and I'm starting to order some more stuff from Tropical Glitz. I ordered the paint for this bike. You can see right in here I got a bunch of paint. I don't want to give it away. All from Tropical Glitz. I got more coming. Some of this is for Day of the Dead, some of this is for the Star Bike and another project, and then this other project. That paint's still coming. So I used this. I thought this stuff was black, but apparently it's not, because it was for the cosmic colors. But it's cheaper on Tropical Glitz than anywhere. You get on Amazon, they're like 40-something bucks. So it's this primer right here. I just kind of hung that at the edge of the garage and shot it just real quick. And I got some runs because I did it real quick. But I'll clean it up with some wet sandpaper. You can see right there. I just did it real quick. And then I did it over here a little bit, but I covered up my bike stuff because I seen some areas that I missed. Just covered it up with that top of that container so I wouldn't get over nothing or get on anything. And then I'm just going to let that dry. So this is the bike, and these are the parts over here. So I'm going to try to maybe get this done. Why it's raining and why. Just kind of start on it a little bit and fix these tanks up. It won't be a real long project. This will probably be a really quick one. At least I think, fingers crossed. There's no Bondo, nothing like that. I don't have a seat, though. I got the original seat. I'll probably throw the original seat on. I was going to keep not quite a bit of original stuff, but some original. I'm going to keep the seat. And then the sprocket, the crank I took off with something else. I think that was the Day of the Dead crank. Took that off, and then I got pedals, forks, my rims. Got my chain guard, which I probably should look at that because I may need to. I don't want to scratch it. Hang on. I may need to Bondo this a little bit. I don't know. Just I don't look like it. Maybe the top right there, but I'm not too concerned about that. The frame or the what's it called? The tank I wanted to get cleaned pretty good. Because that's going to be a focal point of the bike is the tank. Which, honestly, I might not even have to get some of these runs because I think the tank goes all the way up. But I'll get it anyways. This color is going to be a... it's a toffee color, like a brown. I'll have to put it down in the below. But, yeah, so this was already primered. But I wanted to use Tropical Glitz primer. So I went over... I scuffed up the primer on that with 400 grit. And then went over it with just some wet sandpaper and then I went over it with this epoxy primer, which, like I said, I thought it was black, so unfortunately I probably had to order another color or something to go over that, because like I said, I thought it was black, but apparently not. So I'll just go over this. One's going to be a quick one, so I just thought I'd throw this in here. We'll clean these up once this stuff dries, and then I'll primer over this. But we're going to be waiting on the paint for this, so I'm just like, I might end up start running my line or my tape, or getting an idea for my tape for. Oh, I don't want to show nothing. I got something else up there. I was gonna show the Day of the Dead frame, but there's another frame right next to it, and I don't want y'all to see it. So I was gonna start running my tape for the Day of the Dead, but however, I need to save on some of the paint because the paint's expensive. So basically, when I get ready to shoot the Day of the Dead bike, I want to try to shoot maybe 3 frames. This frame, a secret frame, and then the Day of the Dead frame. And I want to try to save on some of my clear coats and all that. The clear coat that I'm buying, I got a couple cans, but they're 2K clear coats, so they're 2 parts. And from my understanding, once you break the bottom of that for the hardener, you got 48 hours to use it. So I don't want to waste any of it, and I want to make sure I use it all, but I want to make sure I can spread it the farthest I can and not waste any of it, if y'all know what I'm saying. Because those 2K clear coats, they're kind of expensive. By the time you ship it and all that, they're probably almost $30 a can, 20-something dollars. So I got a couple cans. However, like I said, I want to try to get multiple projects while I'm painting. So it's going to be one day. That's why this is taking so long. So forgive me about not having content. So I'm going to splice in a few videos now and then between now and next week. Try to get some stuff in just so you guys can see what I'm trying to do and trying to catch up. And I don't want to reveal too much, you know, about what I'm doing. I know it's not secrets, but I want to give content for later, you know, not give it all at once. So I'm trying to get that. So let's figure this out. And I guess I'll wait a little bit for that frame and maybe get the rims and tires on. I could do that just to kind of try to speed a little bit up. But yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm just going to throw a bunch of random videos in, so I apologize. There probably won't be another good video this week, but I'm going to try to just make a bunch of little videos and combine them in one so y'all got some content and maybe throw some shorts out there and all that. So I apologize, y'all. I apologize. I'm trying to get stuff around. I'm really trying to get that Day of the Dead bike done, but that's what's going on. That's why it's being postponed, because I'm trying to save a little bit of money. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, here's the tanks again to the one bike I want to paint around the same time as the Day of the Dead. The reason I did this with the Bondo, like I said, you can see the pitting in there. I'm gonna get this too, but you just couldn't sand it out. This stuff ain't thick enough to sand out, and I don't want to risk it anymore. You can see how thin it is, so I don't want to be grinding and grinding and grinding on this and not get anywhere. So I'm just gonna Bondo over the top of this, and I'm gonna fill in this too. So this is just where I'm at right now, getting ready for the paint. I'm just doing a little bit. I'm standing pretty much at the edge of the door while I'm standing, because it's still raining outside, bad weather. It's probably like 50 something. So basically I'm just Bondoing over this, letting it dry, going out there, standing a little bit. I'm trying to get this done because this was the only real bad part that I wanted to save, because the bike was pretty crusty. You'll have to look at the short. I'll post it or try to link it to this video. But the frame's over here. You can see it now. It's looking pretty good. I forget the name. I think it was a high roller or something like that, or some kind of roller. I can't remember. It's an old bike from the 50s. I mean, I got this bike on a deal, but I think it's kind of rare. A buddy of mine sold it to me with a bunch of other bikes, and I appreciate him for that. It was like, when I broke them down, they're like 80-something bucks a piece. And I seen him post a bike before for like a couple hundred, just this one. So like, there was that deal where if I bought more, I got a better deal, and this was one of the ones I wanted on this. It's a 24. I got rims, I got everything for it. So we're just gonna try to get basically right now I'm trying to get the body work done, the frame good. So when it is good outside, I can get the Day of the Dead bike painted, this bike painted, another bike painted, and then maybe another bike primered. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get them all in like one little shot, like within 2 to 3 days, because like I said, that clear coat and some other stuff. All right, let's just continue on and get some more primer on this. I mean, a primer, my bad, Bondo. And then we'll step back in and I'll show you how much I put on it. I'm trying to be real thin on it now. I'm just trying to cover up all this stuff so it gets a real good look, because this is going to be my center, like I said, focal point. I don't know what I'm going to do to it. I might just paint it a different color. I have no idea. All right, let's continue on. All right, there we go. They got full Bondo now. And then I'm going to have to wait for it to dry and then start sanding them down with 80 grit, probably 240, 400, get them smooth. And then that's pretty much going to be it. These don't got to be perfect. I just wanted to get a lot of the pitting out of there and off the tanks. So let's continue on with this. Let it dry, and then we'll come back to sanding it and make another video, put it all together. Not the bike, but the video together. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. Just hanging out, trying to figure out what to do next. Probably gonna call it for tonight. So what I got done today was yeah, I can't tell you, it's a secret. I did a lot on something else, but yeah, just hanging out. Alrighty, we'll get going with this again and probably try to put more in with this build like do the rims and get the tires on, do some cleanup, figure out maybe a seat, because I got a seat on there, but I don't know if that's, I know that ain't the one I want to use unless I can reupholster it. But yeah, so we'll just keep on going, Hopefully this one turns out, and hopefully I can get enough together by Friday to put it all into a video so you guys can see something. Alrighty. Alright, I got this paint in. It was for that build. This is the Luscious Taffy. This is what it kind of looks like. I touched a little spot right there because it had some weird stuff on it I wanted to see. This is just a test piece that I'm going to do. It's kind of spotty. You can see it's not real. It's thicker one area than, yeah, but it looks real good right there. I think it looks clean right there. Might be some little stuff that might need to clean up a little bit. I don't know. I kind of touched it there, so. Oh well, it's going to get cleaned up anyways. I got to clean up some of the run spots and stuff like that. This is just a test to see how it's going to react. I just want to kind of see it before I do it any bigger. And if it does good, hey, I'll clean it up, do a little bit more primer there, and then just go ahead and go over it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then here in a minute, we're going to go ahead and try to assemble some of these tires on the rims and go over some of this stuff. And I might end up, don't know if I got time tonight, but I definitely have time tomorrow. I think I'm going to cut the forks and all that for this bike, so I got to put all the little parts back in. I'm probably going to have to clean those up. So we'll go ahead and do that probably tonight. Get these rims on, the tubes in, and then look for those small parts in here and clean them up if they need to be cleaned up. Like the cups and all that, and the lower bracket parts and all that. This did have like a proprietary lower bracket, so we are going to have to use the lower bracket that came with this bike. This was like a 1954 or something. It's a little bit older. I know I'm probably being repetitive, but yeah. So we're going to go ahead and go over towards the table over by the light and go ahead and show you how I put the tires on and all that. I do it a little different. Some people probably do it like me. Some people might not. But hey, maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you won't. Alright, some of the tools you're going to need to do this, just the rims. Obviously, you're going to need some kind of air pump to get the tires up. And then some kind of stick or something to manipulate the tube on there. And then you're going to need like your actual cover piece for your spokes right here. And now mine came with them. These are the tires I got. The Duro or whatever, they were in there with it. So I bought like a kit where you can get multiples, where it gives you like a bunch of things. So you got a hole on this. You can see it right there. It's for your inner tube. You just gotta locate the hole on this. It's right there. So now let's line that up. So basically I just put this over like this. You can use not duct tape. You can use electrical tape and stuff like that too. Now this hole is not really centered. So you want to, neither is the hole for the rim. So you want to make sure it's on that side where it's off center on the actual like seal here. So let's put it on. Now you can use tape, like I said, to do this, or some kind of like electrical tape or some kind of tape that's a little thicker. All you're doing is trying to cover up the spokes so they don't poke your inner tube. And if you have any, that's another thing, you want to feel all the way around after you put this on to make sure there's no like little pokey things, or that it's not off center like that. You want to make sure it's all right and not twisted up. Let's take this off. Kind of messing me up. All right, let's get it on there. Let's see. Try to see. It looks twisted. All right, I might have to take it back off. Well, that might have fixed it. And if you feel any like weird places that you think might pop your tire, you can put like something over that to cover, like a piece of tape or something, just to where it won't. All right, there it is. Now let's make sure to see how we're not all the way right there. We want to be covered up. I was checking it. I hadn't do it yet. Let's see. Keep checking it. Go all the way around. It's twisted right there. Alright, we moved a little bit, so we need to fix that back. All right, sorry for the boringness. All right, so that's on there. So now, your next step to me is to grab the tube. I know you're thinking, what, the tube, and why not the tire? Well, there's a reason. So what I like to do is, I'll get it all out like this, get everything out, unwrap it, and then I'll put some air in it slightly, some slight air. All right, we're gonna air it up just a little bit. Now remember, you can get the air out if you put too much in, but you can't fix it if you put too much in and you pop it, so don't do that. All right, let's see here. Get that in there. All right. All right, I like to do that. It's still squishy, still moves. I'll take it off. All right, to do that, set this down there. Now grab your tire. And the reason we put a little air in it is so we can manipulate it inside the tube inside the tire. So we go ahead and do this. We got Duro F&R tires. So we're gonna put that in there like that. Kind of put that in there like that. All right, now we're in there, and the tube's out. Now we want to put this in this side, and then try to manipulate this tube inside of here at the same time. You want to make sure you're lined up. See, I wasn't lined up right. All right, now let's get this tube right. This is the most complicated part. I'm trying to get it lined up with that hole. Once you get that in, now I'm just kind of like putting it in just a little bit over the rim as I'm doing this. It's gonna go inside pretty much. And once we get that, we gotta line this back up. This little, whatever you want to call this, the inner tube, little spout thing. All right, let's see here. We can get it lined up. You just want to get it initially in there. This is how I do it. This is how I've learned. Once you get the tube lined up, this right here, you should be pretty good. But you want to make sure it's in there good. I keep hitting the little rubber gasket seal thing. All right, there we go. We're in. I want to make sure it goes all the way down. I'm not all the way down yet. It popped back out. I know you guys can hear it. Let's see here. Right there. I just can't get it down. Come on. Need something to grab it with just a little bit. I'm gonna try to grab it like this. Just want to make sure it don't. I know what I can do. Make sure it don't fall back out. Put this thing on there. Twist your cap on that. That'll guarantee that thing won't come back out. If you can get it on there. It went in the tube or the tire. All right, let's try to get it on there. All right, that'll help you out too. If it will screw on there. Might not be enough. All right, there you go. It's screwed on there. So that's the easy way to lock it on there. So hey, there you go. You learned something when I did. All right, so now that's on there. Now this is the harder part. You want to try to get this tucked into the actual rim itself. So you just kind of go around it. Just kind of tucking it like that all the way around. This tire almost looks like it's too big, but I know that ain't. This is a 24. All right, I'm gonna set it down for a second and let you guys see a different view. All right, I'm gonna attempt to get this on camera. I don't know how good it's gonna be, so I'm gonna probably air up this tire just a little bit more to make it a little tighter. Or I don't know, I don't want to lose it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start up here, and then we're just gonna tuck. We'll get one side in, and then after we get one side in, we might have to air this tire up. Let me put this other one over here. We're gonna do one of these on camera because I want to do some other stuff on the video. This is just how I do the first side. I mean, you can make it easier. We can just take this tool, like I was saying, or a popsicle stick or anything, and just put it in here. But you gotta be careful that you don't rip the lining or the tube. That's why I just go ahead and do it like this. I'll manhandle it till I can get to where I want to be. Then I'll have to use that stick. So we just kind of put it in like this. You want to make sure you got the one side on. Then once you get that one side all the way on like that, it's on. We got to flip it around. Now we got to get this side and make sure the tube and all that's inside of the rim. You want to start at one corner and kind of just get it started. I suggest not where the valve's at. You can go in front of it and then just kind of push it down. And it popped off, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that tool I have. Just kind of hold it in place over here as you start it. See how it just kind of went in? And then you can go like that, but see how it popped out? So we gotta keep it over here. Alright, just keep going as far as you can go. And keep that one in there until we get to the end. And it popped out. Whenever you want to put it back in there, you don't want it, that's kind of holding it for you. So all right, I'm gonna run it in here and see if I can just tuck it. All right, let's see if I can tuck it. All right, we're doing pretty good. All right, there we went. Don't know if that looked easy for y'all or hard, but it's in there now. We can air it up. Gotta put the other one on there, and then we'll be good. There's 124. You want to check your valve too to make sure you don't got any funkiness going on over here, because if you do, you could pop your tire. I'm just gonna go slow with it. I don't have any spare 24s, so yeah, if I pop this, I'll have to order another one, which will be a disappointment. But I might be able to go to Walmart and get them. But 24s aren't too common, I don't think. Not like 26s and 20s. So let's go ahead and, if I can get it in there, it might not fit. Sometimes these things don't like to fit. Yeah, I might have to get a different. Let's see here. All right, I got a little bit on there. See if we can go slow with it. That way, if you have any problems or if it starts to pop out. So I'm about to air it up right now. That's kind of like a final test. But if you see any weirdness, stop and take the air out of your tire, or it might take it out for you if you don't do it right. In other words, you pop your tube. Just kind of go slow with it and feel it and see if it starts getting a little pressure. Yeah, it's getting there. And that's another thing, like how I aired it up before I put it in. So it's kind of preset, so it's not gonna move around a lot versus if it was completely flat. And then check your other side while you're doing it. Make sure your tube didn't pop out. I mean, yeah, your tube, your liner, you want to check all that. And then I'm only going to go so far with it because I don't want to over air it and pop it, because I don't have a gauge on this. So I'm going to have to get a gauge to check the final. I'm just doing for feel right now. You can feel it when you get used to it about where you want it. It's getting there. I just do it to where it gets kind of hard to grab it, and then I'll stop and then I'll use the gauge. And then, all right, that should be a little more. All right, that should be good. It's not completely hard, it's still a little squishy, but I don't want to get it super hard. We're gonna take it off. It's gonna lose a little bit probably. No, it didn't. All right, there we go. All right, so there's that. We got one tire aired up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one off camera. Put this aside. Oh yeah, it's bouncing. Alrighty, So go ahead and do this other tire, and then I got to figure out where we're gonna go from there. Okay, I got my parts soaking in here. All this is pretty much vinegar and some I think it's let me see here. I don't know if it's common. Let me move some stuff around. Right here, Barkeeper's Friend, and this awesome, clean, streak-free cleaning vinegar. So I mixed that together and put it in there. Made a little concoction, and the parts are kind of rough. You can see right there. But we'll see when we get them cleaned up. These weren't too bad. They probably, I don't plan on buying anything new for this, so it's either gonna get painted or get thrown on the way it is. You can see right there. I'll probably end up painting these. I don't know yet. I didn't want this to be a super long project, so probably just gonna clean it up and see if I'll probably just put it on the frame. That's what I'll do. I'll cover the inside of it up, and I'll put these on the frame, and I'll leave them on the frame when I mock it up. Probably the same thing with these. Cover the inside as much as I can, like just the inner side, and leave the outer edge, and then just spray over that with the paint. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I mean, it's not that I'm trying to save money, it's just that there's a lot of proprietary parts in here. You can see these cups don't look normal at all, and neither does some of the other parts. I'm trying to see if I can get anything else out of there without flicking my face. Like, look, like, yeah, that's one of the parts for the crank. And then, yeah, it's all really different, weird. When I get it out of here, I'll kind of place it, and I'll show you what the stuff looks like. It's not normal stuff, so even the, I'm sure I can get these bearings. I probably have some, but they say USA on them. I think it's Hartford, or Hartford. Yeah, right there, Hartford. Or Hartford, USA, so these are probably old too, and I don't know, 99, if that's, I know that ain't the year. It's probably, and I know it might be 66. That's probably it. This is probably a 66. That makes more sense. I thought it was 1950, but 1950, 66 makes sense because it's during the muscle bike era. So it could be 66, 67, depending on when they put these in and when they were made. But this one's missing a couple bearings, so I'll probably get in my kit. I buy a, you can get a kit off of Amazon where it comes with a bunch of different ones like this. If you're like me, you have a hard time figuring out which ones you need. And, well, they sell a multi-pack on Amazon with a bunch of them, different ones. You might have to wait a little while to get them because they're probably coming from China. But you'll probably be able to use them. There's probably a bunch in there, so that's what I'm going to look at. I just got like a little box that I keep all my extra stuff in. So we'll let this soak for a little while, and I gotta go to my son's musical event tonight. He's in the band. He's gonna play in I guess a little concert, so I'm gonna have to go check that out. And then when I get back, I'll take this out, and then I'll start scrubbing it up. And I gotta change my clothes when I do it, because I got my nice Lowrider shirt on, and yeah, I don't do that stuff with my good clothes. Got my good shoes on, just got out of work. Yeah, I work in my nice clothes because I get the chance to. Alrighty, we'll keep on going. Alright, we got some of the parts out. You can just a little bit before and after. I haven't scrubbed anything. You can kind of see it sat in the solution that I made for a little bit. You can see right here, some of the white stuff just comes off pretty shiny. Trying to get it in frame. Alrighty, then I still got some in here, some little weird parts and screws and nuts, but they were a little rusty. But some of the rust is coming off because it's sitting in here. And I'm gonna let it sit in here probably a little bit longer with the vinegar and Barkeeper's Friend. You can see right there that bolt was really rusty. Wish I'd have took some pictures and stuff. You guys seen the video? The little clip right there. I mean, I could probably get some of the clips in that and replace them. I think that big bolt you were seeing was the the seat bar like bolt. I'm trying to get something else in here. I don't want to stick my hand in there to get one of these smaller ones out so you can see it. But yeah, it's definitely working because it's changing the color of the solution. So I'm gonna leave that in there, and I'm gonna scrub these up and come back to it. I gotta charge my phone too. But yeah, so let's get this scrubbed up and let's get going. I think I gotta maybe clean some of that. No, I primered that. That's right. I primered the side of the crank because it's got like a special little thing. I'll come back to that. So I'll probably end up painting some of these parts. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it cleaned up. All right, here they are pretty much cleaned up to where I'm going to be able to get them. I'm not for sure what that piece is, but it was on there. So maybe it was like they were using it for a shim or something. I have no idea. It's going to be fun putting this one back together because I have no idea where some of this stuff came from. It's an old one. That looks like something off of plumbing. Yeah, I don't know. Looks suspect. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's keep it rolling. Actually, I'm going to click back in real quick. I'm about to put all these in this baggie with some WD-40 and let them sit until I'm ready to assemble it. I'm probably going to take the cups. I'm probably not going to put the cups in there, but I'm going to do the rest. And maybe not these either, because honestly, I plan on painting those. So all this other stuff's going to go in there. And I know I probably should do this one too, but I'm not going to. I might high polish that. We'll just go ahead and let it keep rolling then. Alright, let's get it, the frame assembled a little bit. We'll put that in video. Get the cups in, get the lower bracket cups in, and then clean the frame up a little bit. And then after that, that'll probably be it for this video until I can get to painting. Man, it sucks. I want to get to painting. Alrighty. Alright, I came up with this little bit of a ghetto solution. I had this plastic wrap. I don't know what I had it from, but I'm going to kind of like do like a corner mix shift, like where I can paint area just for now, temporary. I need to clean up my Bondo and all my spray can and get all that in a box and organize it. That's all for my sheet metal, my body work and stuff like that. But we're gonna go ahead and spray. I got a can down here in a pot of Tropical Glitz taffy color, and I'm gonna, it's in right now, it's in the water right now because I warmed up the water. It's a little cold outside. I'm gonna clean it up with this right here, but right now I just got that bottle, so it'll sit in there in the water completely submerged. That way it'll go all the way through the can. We're just letting that sit in there for a few minutes. I only got it to an uncomfortable temperature with my hand in it. I didn't boil it or anything. If I couldn't put my hand in it, I wasn't gonna use it. So I pretty much had my hand in it. It was uncomfortable a little bit, and I figured that's good enough. So we're gonna get up spraying this right here. For now, I'm just gonna kind of spray this before I do any more of the Day of the Dead, because I really want to get it set up professionally out here to do the Day of the Dead. I don't want any you know, anything messy or anything on it. This one, I care about it, but I don't really care about it. You know what I mean? It's like just a quick get it done and see what it looks like, comes out. I had to go find the race for it, for the headset, because the fork that I had didn't come with one. I want to cut that fork and get that ready. I put the cups back on. You can see I sprayed it with the primer, put these cups on, taped it all in both sides so we can get it going. So let me clean this frame off real quick, get something to clean it off with, and we'll get to spraying it. I'll try to get my tripod maybe. It's gonna have to be back a little bit, probably about maybe this far, because I don't want to get nothing on my phone. So let's keep rolling. All right, I took it up for about 2 minutes. We're gonna go at it and see what it does. We're gonna do about 50-50 coverage. Oh shit. Like I said, I want to do something more professional. I just got it on these like little I don't know what you want to call them, bungee cords. I don't like how it's doing blocking it. There we go, that looks a little better. I might end up needing another can of this. I only got one. not going very far. Don't look like it. I'll probably end up doing the chain guard or something else. Or I'll have to wait till I order some more. It's looking good though. Around a little bit, get this under half. Fuck, yeah, I got some bad runs on the bar. This is really my first time spraying a solid color with tropical glue. Yeah, I got mad runs on that right there. Hoping I can do it all real good in one can. That way I'd get an idea on how I could do it more. Yeah, I need to get up that. Man, I hope I ain't gonna run out. Alright. I think I'm gonna let it dry and then go over it with what I got the remainder of. Kind of some little areas, some little whiter areas there. I need to make sure I get the cup real good. I'm down on my knees now. Once I get in this bag. Probably should have had a mask on, y'all, but I did. If I shoot the clear coat, I'll have a mask on. Yeah, I got feeling I'm gonna have to do another can. Shit. I'm gonna leave what I got left. In case if I got any little spots or anything like that. I think the tank I'm not gonna worry. That's gonna be probably a different color. I don't know what color I'm gonna do yet. Might be a silver. Just see a little. Alright, that looks a little better. Alright, the color looks awesome though. Let me, I know I'm gonna have to go over it a little bit more because there's a little bit of a blotchiness in some of the areas. See if y'all can see. I wish the sun was hitting it. If the sun was hitting it, you would be able to see it a lot nicer. Alrighty. And I do need to get on that tank some more, or the top of that bar. So I'm probably gonna go over it a little bit of sandpaper and then get some of these areas that I'm not really liking, but I don't have another paint can. I'm gonna have to get another one, it looks like. And this shit's kind of expensive, like 30 bucks. Alrighty, hope y'all enjoying that. My little makeshift paint booth, trying to get stuff done. It's getting nice out right now, but it's still real windy and it's cold. So I'm probably gonna figure out a way to hang this in here and then That way I can close the door and it can cure good. So let me try to figure out a spot for this. And I need to empty this out too. Y'all didn't know, you hold them upside down and you drain them out till it comes clear, then you put it back upside down. That's how you clean a paint can out. Alrighty, let's just, I guess, get it going. Alright, this is against my better judgment, but I'm gonna throw this at this frame like from probably 4 feet away and just see what collects on it, and that's it. Like, we'll see. It's glitter, like you can see. I heated it up a little bit. Like, it's just gonna give fine glitter just to give it a little bit more. I want a little bit more sparkle to it, but we'll see. I want to wait a few minutes to let it dry a little bit more because I don't want nothing crazy to happen to the paint, but it still might happen. I'm willing to risk it. You got to get dangerous if you want to be different. All right, because a lot of times you don't want to mix paint, FYI, because you might get cracking. And I haven't tested this, so it's just going to be sketchy. I might just go ahead and do it just to see what the hell it does. It's going to be from quite a ways away, so let's just go. All right, now we'll get this other side. It don't look bad. It don't look too bad. All right, I'm gonna leave it like that. That way it'll catch up on that paint. Maybe it'll get stuck in it. Alright, that looks pretty good now. Alright, we're gonna leave it like that. I might go back over that a little bit more with that paint. I know I ain't got a lot left, but hey, we're gonna do whatever we can. Alright, and then go over that a little bit, just to kind of conceal a little bit of that dust. All right, I don't want to run out. I might still need some more. All right, that looks pretty dope if it don't crack or nothing. It looks really, really dope. All right, this is gonna be, I think probably, I'm just gonna fuck around with paints, even if I get an accident. Alrighty. I wish y'all could see this in the sun. I don't know if there's, I'd have to go way out in the middle of my driveway. Let's see if we can carry this out there, even though all the cars are everywhere. All right, there you go. I see some blotchiness, so I'm gonna have to cover up on the bottom, but that'll be all right. All right, here's another little thing I was worried about. I didn't have the race crowns for my forks, and I didn't know where they were, like the originals, but I had them in the shed. Thank God I didn't throw them away. I had kept a lot of the parts from my first bikes I was tearing apart. I put them in a box and put them out in the shed. So yeah, so we ended up finding the one for this bike we just sprayed, which is a little weird, a little funky. So I hope it works. If it don't work, I'll have to figure it out. But like I said, everything on that bike was a little funky. This goes on the lower bracket. This was the one I was really worried about. This is the Day of the Dead. So if I didn't have this, I was going to have to figure out, find it or whatever. And it's not a typical bike. So I might have been screwing myself if I couldn't have found that. So that's going to go in the bag as soon as I can. But I don't know what I'm going to paint this stuff yet. It might be white. I have no idea. I'll figure it out. If it goes white, then it's going to be either like a pearl white or something like that. It might go silver. I don't know. I might order some more silver paint. I plan on it. Mercury, maybe silver from Tropical Glitz. Don't know yet. That might happen. But it's over there. It looks pretty good. I'm liking the way it turned out. There's some spotting and stuff I got to still correct. Hopefully I got enough paint to do that. And then I did get the tires and everything assembled for that. Unfortunately, one of the tires did go flat overnight. So I'm going to have to figure that out. And just figure it out, I guess. See if there's some reason. Look at the tube. Maybe the tube was just bad. I don't know. I thought I did it all good, but who knows? Who knows? So this is the video. It concludes it for the week. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I know I didn't give a lot of content, but yeah, we're getting there. And like I said, it's been raining in Tennessee for like a week and a half now. This is the nicest day. Today it was like 60, so that's why I went ahead and threw the paint on that real quick. The dead bike's gonna be a little bit. It's just chilling over here. I want to tape it off and stuff and figure that out. And I gotta get the clear coat. I asked homie, you know, he's like, Trunky kid. He's like, go ahead and go over it with a little clear coat before you put your tape down. But like I said, I want to save my clear coat and maybe use it for this and that at the same time, because that clear coat's expensive. It's a too hardened part, like I said earlier in the video. And once you crack it, you got 48 hours. So that's why I'm kind of trying to save a little bit, y'all. Just hang in there. We'll get this stuff done within the next, 3 to 4 months, definitely. I'm taking some time off of work with pay, so we'll be good. Taking quite a bit off, hopefully, if my seniority allows me to get it. They're taking volunteers to sit out and get paid, and only high seniority gets it, so I'm hoping I'm high enough, and I'll be out till probably March. So yeah, I'm taking some time. It's gonna be December to March, and that's when we're gonna get a lot of this stuff done. That's why I've been buying all the Bondo, been buying all these parts. Hopefully I can get it. If not, I'll just end up getting December and February off instead of, I'll lose a month. But it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Like the mafia, man. I get paid either way. You paying me. All right. Let's have a good Friday. Have a good happy Halloween. I gotta take the kiddo out. He's 12. I try to get him in here to get with me in the garage, but I swear, man, you can't get these young kids to do nothing anymore. I even told him how to make him one, build him how he wants it and all that. He's like, nah, can't get him out here. Can't get him out here. I have to start bribing him or blackmailing him pretty soon. All right. Y'all have a good weekend. Hang in there. All right, well, this is Tennessee Lolos. I hope everybody has a good evening, good night, good afternoon, good weekend, whatever day it is. And just hang in there and keep riding.